Nisambula, Namaste, and very good afternoon. It is my great pleasure to extend a very warm welcome. This publication, of course, is a collaboration between Dialogue Fiji and the University of the South Pacific's Journalism Program. I'd like to sincerely once again thank all of you who have taken time, especially on a Friday afternoon, to be here. And we indeed feel very fortunate that this strategic publication is being launched in the presence of very eminent personalities. Therefore, something of this, of course, requires some difficult decision making in various stages. Central to our approach, of course, is we have been working in this area when it comes to relations. We have had several interventions. Besides that, we are able to generate the required amount of social capital and trust with, of course, these stakeholders and amongst them as well. And central to this, of course, is also the creation of a space that is devoid of the sort of dynamics that persist Westminster style parliament, for instance, where people, where different protagonists within the parliamentary sector are engaged in political scoring, which of course inhibits opportunities for any meaningful exchange and furthering understanding consensus on some of these potential issues. So that is why it is absolutely critical that less adversarial setups are created to generate discussions on some of these politically charged and politically sensitive issues, which continue to polarize our society. Our society, of course, is very fragile and divided society, and where this, of course, is inhibiting the formation of social capital, which is absolutely essential for a developing state. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to acknowledge that this publication was designed following an extensive stakeholder consultation between Dialogue Fiji, USP's journalism program, and dynamic contributors that have contributed to the publication. And at this juncture, I'd like to extend a very sincere appreciation to Dr. Shalendra Singh, the coordinator of the USP journalism program, who made a very invaluable contribution towards this publication and putting tremendous effort, probably more than I did, as co-editor, in order to make this publication possible. I strongly believe that with such notable partners taking ownership of this publication, such an arrangement enables us to achieve greater and meaningful results through the collaboration of strategic partners within an integrated approach. This, I feel, is one of the key strengths of this publication. As you will see, the contributors to the publication span from a wide cross-section of our society, government, we've got academics, we've got media, we've got faith-based leaders, of course, who are very important factors when it comes to integration. You'll see a varied range of contributions that have been made by a wide-ranging, quite diverse range of contributors. So, I'd also like to take this opportunity to put on record Dialogue Fiji's recognition of the strategic partnerships that have emerged and culminated by virtue of working on this publication, and more importantly, our dialogue forums. And we are, of course, committed very much to enhancing these partnerships because we recognize that the partnerships and networks built through our programs and interventions and engagement with key stakeholders account for a wider outreach and impact. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, I'd like to sincerely thank you for making time out to be here, and also I'd like to thank the publication contributors for your contributions as well towards the publication. Some of them have been able to be present here, some of them have not been. But we thank them even in their absence for their hard work and contributions that have been put in. Once again, thank you very much and welcome to the launch of the book, Ethnic Relations in Fiji, Facing Opportunities.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we continue, it would be remiss with me not to acknowledge the presence of our friends from the media who are here as well. Thank you so much for being here. But right now, this event, the launch of this book, is being live streamed. So, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully at the end of today, at the end of the launch, you can get yourself a copy of this book. But I would like to now invite one of the editors, a co-editor of this book, the coordinator of the journalism program of the University of the South Pacific. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause, Dr. Shailendra Singh.
Really appreciate your support for the launch of this book. And as Nilesh indicated, this is a really important book, given the kind of society we have, given our background as a country, and the problems and troubles we face. And I believe, the dialogue that was held in Pacific Harbour in 2017, that's the only dialogue of its nature held in the country in a very, very long time. I think, this is my opinion, a country like Fiji needs more frequent dialogues about ethnic relations and also social cohesion, because this has been a major stumbling block for us throughout our history. Alright, so as I was saying, thank you for being here. So my task is to summarize the book and share some insights in 10 minutes. That's what I'll attempt to do. Okay, as the book's title indicates, it's such an important publication for Fiji, as I was saying. The book emanates from the proceedings of the 2017 Dialogue on Ethnic Relations, and this was held in Pacific Harbour. The list of authors in the book also underscore its significance. These are some very learned people. The then acting Prime Minister, Chone Usumate, activist Chone Dakabula, human rights activist and writer Shona Smiles, the former government ministers Krishnathan and Ganeshchan, also US diplomatic Natasha Khan, Reverend Ilyasa Naivalu of the Methodist Church of Fiji, the former Electoral Commissioner Alicinda Rewa, the President of Vishwa Hindu Parishad in Fiji, Jay Dayal, and feminist activist Roshika Deotishan. Mr. Usumate states that we must address poverty and that it should be a priority. This makes sense. Once we put the poor in the forefront, the whole nation will progress. The benefits of charity is echoed in Mr. J. Dayal's article on the Hindu Dharma. But in reality, the tendency is to privilege the business elite based on the cockeyed dogma of trickle-down economics. In this regard, the 2017 dialogue on ethnic relations was crucial, as was the recent dialogue on social cohesion. The lack of social cohesion, as I was saying, is Fiji's Achilles heel, and it needs to be addressed in a multi-pronged manner. This was a very strong message from the dialogue and also in the book. As Mr. Usumate said, ethnic divisions are the plague of Fijian society and hinders national development. And for this, I commend the visionary leadership of Dialogue Fiji Director Nilesh Lal and his team. Mr. Usumate states that we must address poverty and that it should be a priority. This makes sense. Once we put the poor in the forefront, the whole nation will progress. The benefits of charity is echoed in Mr. J. Dayal's article on the Hindu Dharma. But in reality, the tendency is to privilege the business elite based on the cockeyed dogma of trickle-down economics. In this regard, the 2017 dialogue on ethnic relations was crucial, as was the recent dialogue on social cohesion. The lack of social cohesion, as I was saying, is Fiji's Achilles heel, and it needs to be addressed in a multi-pronged manner. This was a very strong message from the dialogue and also in the book. As Mr. Usumate said, ethnic divisions are the plague of Fijian society and hinders national development. And for this, I commend the visionary leadership of Dialogue Fiji Director Nilesh Lal and his team for recognizing the root cause of a perennial problem and organizing 2 important workshops to address it.
Last year with the workshop and now with this publication, They acknowledge the elephant in the room. I'd also like to thank them for asking me, because my contribution was minor. It is not learned, it is merely learnt from living the culture that I'm embedded in, which is confusing, to put it mildly. And the elephant in the room is the spectre of difference, of other. I'm not yet elephant-sized, although I'm working on it, and I'd like to discuss some personal experiences to illustrate the complications of ethnicity in any delusions of superiority I may have harbored about being European, as white folk are called. I hope have been seriously dispelled over the past many years. It's certainly difficult to retain a sense of being in some way better because of whiteness when you have small children, such as my grandchildren, peering at your arms and asking, "Why are you so spotty?" Which is true. And then they comment, "How your face goes a funny red colour when you get hot." They wobble my flabby former biceps and chortle over my freckles, spots, scars, lumps and bumps that seem to be a feature of the aging pallid skin.
Regional representative, head of the Office of the United Nations Office of the High Commissioner for Human Rights, the coordinator and staff of the University of the South Pacific Journalism Program, the executive director and staff of Fiji, academics, the invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, the Murinaka, I must say a very good afternoon to you all. It gives me a great pleasure and honor to be given this opportunity to launch publication on ethnic relations in Fiji, threats and opportunities. I extend my appreciation to the organizers of this publication launch, the USP's Journalism Division, which is part of the School of Language, Arts, Media and of course Dialogue Fiji. The publication is a compilation of papers and presentations delivered at the Dialogue Ethnic Relations workshop organized by Dialogue Fiji in consortium with the Conciliation Resources and the Citizens Constitutional Forum of November 2017 at the Pearl Resort Harbour, Pacific Harbour in Denver, as we know that. Ladies and gentlemen, the forum congregated a cross-section of all Fijians because it was felt that society, including state agencies, academics, civil society representatives, community leaders, international organizations, faith-based organizations and activists, the three-day dialogue forum saw a number of significant issues being deliberated upon, which involve the common national identity, political representation, and building social cohesion through better race relations. Ladies and gentlemen, the presentations and the deliberations from the eminent speakers have been incorporated into this publication, which we are now launching. We are optimistic that this publication will be beneficial to the researchers, civil society organizations, academics, development experts, policymakers in terms of identifying solutions to address the deep-rooted ethnic issues impacting Fiji today. At this juncture, I must sincerely acknowledge the editors, namely Dr. Salenda Singh, sitting on my left here, the coordinator of the USP Journalism Program, and Mr. Nilesh Las, the executive director of Dialogue Fiji, for their strenuous efforts in putting together this publication.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, launching ethnic relations in Fiji, threats and opportunities. Give a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
The coordinator and staff of the University of the South Pacific's journalism program, the executive director and staff of Dialogue Fiji, distinguished academics and guests, ladies and gentlemen. Nisambula, namaste and good afternoon to you all. I, on behalf of the University of the South Pacific's journalism program, Dialogue Fiji, and the contributors towards the publication, extend a very hearty vote of thanks to all our speakers for gracing your important work and delivering your findings and opinions today. A big thank you to the chief guest, Mr. Nemani Mburesova, for his efforts towards launching the publication on dialogue on ethnic relations, threats and opportunities. As alluded by Mr. Mburesova, the dialogue publication is a unique one in hindsight, which is a culmination of thought-provoking deliberations and papers from eminent contributors and presenters.